And there we go. The little red thing says I'm live. Good evening, JW. We'll just wait for the audio to catch up on YouTube. Make sure that's all getting out there.
Can't see you yet.
No, there's quite a big lag, actually.
Hello, got you on sound.
You are? Oh, yeah. Oh, that is quite a big lag. But anyway, good evening, good evening. Already said good evening to JW. Lurkers in the background there.
You're not saying good evening to me.
Oh, say good evening to you. I've said good evening. How many times have I said good evening to you? No, I haven't, have I?
Gotcha.
Good evening. Marines, good evening, mate.
Bean, good evening.
It's been one of them days. Not feeling too bad tonight, so we'll see how we go. But all of a sudden, there's 3 in, gone. But yeah, lurkers in the background there. Resist, Little Stitch, Peter. He'll be watching the stream back later in the week because he doesn't have time on Wednesdays.
Good evening, Marines.
But how's everybody doing? Had any fireworks? Had any accidents? Going to some fireworks?
Planning on having an accident?
Planning on having an accident? I half expected there'd be people that weren't in tonight due to going to firework displays and that. I've been seeing the odd one going off out the back here through the gap in the curtains, but I think most of them set them off last weekend. You know, it was just like a continuation of do-dally, as I call it, Dwally, dilly-dally, whatever it's bloody called.
Don't be disrespectful.
But they seem to have as many fireworks as Bonfire Night does now. Good evening, Jen. How are you?
Evening, Jen. We were just talking about you. Are you well?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant another mad Welsh woman. I didn't realise you were talking about Jen. Sorry, Jen. It's all right.
I was talking generally. I'm sure we can find you a mad Welsh woman.
I was obviously before we come live, go up, have a quick pee, and today I've been getting out of breath each time I've had to go up the stairs, and I said, I swear it's altitude sickness.
I said he needed to be by the coast. We needed to find him a mad Welsh woman.
I didn't even, your name didn't even come into my head, Jen. I was thinking about another one. No, you haven't done nothing, darling. It's just me. I'm in one of them moods tonight.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, not too bad, Jen. Not too bad. I had an absolute beauty. Well, today and yesterday, to be honest. Now I went for an ECG, you know, the old electrocardiogram. Now this was back middle of June, and then yesterday I get a letter. Hello, camera keeps freezing for some reason. I get a letter. Dictated. I am in July, and I received it yesterday, which says they want to change me meds because they think there could be a bit of a problem with some slight angina. Well, evening, mate. Well, half of my meds that I'm on have changed since then. So I had to phone the surgery today. Couldn't get through on any lines because I also had a text from a different doctor that isn't my doctor. I'm assigned a doctor at the surgery now at my age, saying that she's written out this prescription for these bloody pills and the old spray under the tongue job. So I'm like, well, after the last fuck up with me and you and all the different doctors prescribing different stuff, meds that aren't suitable to take with some of the ones that I'm on, I said, I want to get this sorted. You know, considering I'd forgotten about the test because it's half a bloody year ago. And the earliest the doctor can do me is a telephone appointment on the 17th. I'm like, for fucking hell, I don't know why that camera's freezing. So I've been having computer problems this week. It's been doing weird things and memories are full and I don't quite know what's going on with it. Plus, I'm still running Windows 10. Yeah, there will be, Jen. There will always be a lag. Same as if you're on a laptop. I mean, obviously, I'm a bit better situated as I've got the desktop. Well, not desktop. It's a bit big for a desktop. But the big unit under the table here. A couple of screens. But yeah, there's always lag between them, even just on the phone. But it sounds like all the fireworks have finished now.
You've done it again.
What?
I'm sitting here listening to them going off.
Oh, you can hear them out the front, can't you? Yeah.
There's one.
Yeah. Oh, well.
And you're and then another. And you're sitting and another. And you're sitting there going, they've stopped now. Well,
let's get into some of these notes. I haven't got many tonight, so I like to give my little...
Maybe we'll have some fun.
Yeah.
Get the boring bit done then. Go on.
PM's question times today. What an absolute pantomime. I wasn't really interested until Lammy started raising his voice and shouting. But it was like I'm sat here listening to one guy asking him if any other prisoners had been let out by mistake. And Lammy wouldn't answer. He went on the attack, started shouting and blaming the Tories for the state of the prison system. And I think it was 4 or 5 times this MP had asked him, has there been any more prisoners released by mistakes?
5 according to Kenny.
5, was it? Yeah, I know. I seem to remember 4 or 5. If it was 6, I would have been. That would have stuck, half a dozen. But yeah, and as he's saying this, basically denying it, the news broke at exactly the same time that yes, there had been another one since they brought in the tighter restrictions. Now, it was obvious the Tory MP knew this. That's why he was pressing him on it. Can you guarantee we've not had any more? Yeah, he did, Jen, didn't he? I mean, I'd say he almost went red in the face, but it's more or less impossible for him, isn't it? But yeah, he just wouldn't have it. And then this afternoon he had to go back and release the statement that yes, there has been. And it turns out that they didn't tell the police for a couple of days. They only found out a couple of days ago. First of all, there was no name or anything came out. But then it came out that he was a foreigner. That was it. It was a foreign prisoner. That was all we knew. But then it came out that he was at some point a sex offender. Then they gave a name. And I'm like, well, why didn't you just put his name and picture up everywhere, over every screen? Because that would end up on social media and the fucking public can do their job again for him and point out where he is. But at the moment, even now, I haven't seen a picture of the guy.
But then, a bit later on, they also announced that somebody else was mistakenly released yesterday.
Yeah, another one. What are we paying that slob for? And it will be, like I said in the video yesterday. Sorry, I've got a bit of a sore nose. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. You know, like I said, it's going to be like The Purge on the streets, the film The Purge. You know, all crime will be legal 24/7 because there's that many being released and that many coming in. It's ridiculous. I don't know a lot about him, Jen, but yeah, he is a bit carnish, isn't he? I mean, he's off on another little jolly, and he's the same as Starmer at the moment. To Brazil, apparently. The English bloke was sentenced on Monday to 45 months for fraud and was accidentally released the same day. Yeah, I can believe that, JW. I'd only seen the report that another one had come out, and I'd forgotten all about it, to be honest, until Mrs. W just said about it.
Maybe that's the one that they were announcing, unless there's another one.
Turbocharged car. Yeah, well, he's out in Brazil now, isn't he? He's not at the venue that's cost us all the money to build the road through to get to. I'll get onto that in a minute. As you know, I did a video on it. But he's in São Paulo. And he's having a bit of a powwow with his C40 friends, City C40s. Now, this is the WEF committee that he's the head of, believe it or not. They all want 15-minute cities. So there's mayors there from all around the world, and the WEF will be there, obviously. But I've got this vision in my head of him standing there bleating on about how safe London is. Well, if you use São Paulo and the bordellos as a fucking reference, yeah, London's as safe as fucking houses compared to that shithole. Yeah, London's safe, I tell you. Checks in the post. Oh, Karen's lurking, is she, Jen? But yeah, I mean, the little fucking idiot, he's destroyed London. You know, I mean, how long before he wants to declare it a Pakistani state?
Didn't you say he wanted it as a separate country?
Yeah, someone posted a video up. I can't remember who it was. It's not someone I regularly watch. Said that he was campaigning for independence for Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and London. So he wants London to become a city on its own, in its own right. Okay. You couldn't make this shit up. You couldn't make it up. I mean, you know, the Met now, they're no longer interested in crime. I mean, they keep saying that they're going to open these 9,000 fucking sex assault cases and rape cases going back. Well, how can they? It's bullshit. They haven't got the manpower to do half the job they're supposed to do now. How are they going to do it with an extra 9,000 cases on the table? It's total bullshit. Absolute total bullshit. But yeah, going back to the little jolly, you know, they're all off into the jungle. Hopefully most of them would get lost, or there's lots of dangerous animals and alligators and things, and snakes out there, aren't there? Yeah. But you know, all the net zero freaks, they've all gone out there, including many of our homegrown idiots. But why do so many need to go? At our expense as well, you know. You know, and then you think about, there's an army of press that will be following them around everywhere. Now they've all got to get there, so there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of polluting, gas guzzling jets flying them out there. And then once they've landed, they'll set off in probably diesel-powered taxis or something down the £57 million fucking road that we paid for, that was cut through the middle of life-giving rainforest. Yeah, hypocrites. Net zero hypocrites. That's what they are. Nothing more. I mean, what's Starmer there for? As far as I know, he's only there to find out more ways, more things he can tax us on, I expect. Trying to find out how much that new metal fence cost I put around the house. Not just there. Apparently they're putting them up around a lot of the hotels and that as well. JW. That's been cost me probably, yeah. Flying down to Rio. But this is the other thing, JW. Now, I've always said, if you're a good leader, the people will follow you. Now, the fact that he's shit scared of appearing in public with the public, the real public, not the paid ones that they show on their fucking propaganda clips and videos, he wouldn't do it. He's terrified. He's absolutely terrified. Same as Khan. Now, that's not a leader if you're cowering behind security, fences, special service agents, you know, close security, bomb-proof fucking cars everywhere. That's not a leader. Far from it. Yeah. So I'm a bit bunged up again as well tonight. I do suffer with my sinuses. Should be renamed Drowning Street, Jen. Because it's drowning in hypocrisy and lies and but you know, I can't see how people are missing it. I mean, they've been corrupt and lied from the day they started up to now, and they've gave nothing but lies, and they've achieved nothing. And this budget coming up, it's, put it this way, I believe people are going to have a very, very miserable Christmas this year. Most of what she's planning to do probably won't kick in until next year. But, you know, let's kick them in the pants again. You know, you can't tax your way out of debt no more than you can borrow your way out of debt. And that's what she's trying to do. I mean, you can guarantee prices on anything like fuel, even basic foodstuffs. If she's putting prices up on that, that will go up immediately. That will be evident in the fucking shops the following morning, I expect. Pardon me. But, yeah. They've already given a hint I mean, you know, that speech she gave the other day, well, that's the first time, as people have said, that I've never known anybody to get up and give basically a warning speech, because it's not the fact she said what they're going to do, it's the fact that she wouldn't deny that they're not going to do it. We know in political terms, especially with Labour, what that means. If they say they're not going to do it or they're not going to answer, they're definitely going to do it. We know it's going to happen. It's just the only unknown quantity is the quantity, the severity, the amounts. I mean, I believe they're going to break the party manifesto. They've got to try and achieve what she wants, which ain't going to work. But, you know, this was a shit state of the country today, isn't it? Everybody screamed and shouted more than loud enough for them to hear and understand what the people are saying. Their own people tell them. Other world leaders have told them. And they just blindly blunder on. And I believe it is control. They are being controlled, because somebody would not fucking disgrace themselves like they have if they're not getting something out of it, or they've got something over them. And that's why they don't want the grooming gangs inquiry, because that will just blow Labour wide open. Absolutely wide open. Tax on fuel. Yeah, and that's it, Mo. It's the knock-on effect. Even if they say, "Oh yeah, we won't put anything on, you know, foodstuffs," but it will go up, because if they put the fuel prices up, it's got to be delivered, and they're not going to deliver it at a loss.
I think that's going to be a big one. I think she's going to go for VAT, put something on there.
Oh, I think VAT will go up. I think income tax will go up. She's got a lot of new ones there that they've come up with. You know, just literally fucking taxing everything.
Fresh air tax, window tax, bring back window tax.
Well, hey, you already pay a fresh air tax.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think the ULEZ and shit like that are for? Or allegedly. Not that that's where the money goes, but yeah, you're actually paying for the air you breathe in some places. Yeah, and again, it's a knocker. It's not just the delivery move. You know, you got farm machinery that runs on diesel. They've probably got storage, you know, before it even gets to the road. You know, most stuff will have been through a packing plant as well, unless they do it on site. Great, and it saved the country. Eat fresh produce, and they wrap it in fucking cling film and put it on a polystyrene tray. How the fuck does that work?
Well, it's like plastic. It's like paper straws, isn't it?
Yeah, come in a plastic packet. Yeah. But as for London, I mean, I came up. Oh, it was 2-3 years ago now. I did a video, and I remember going on about, yeah, let's just build a wall around the fucking thing, cut off its power, cut off its water, and just throw scraps over the wall and just leave them in there. Yeah, have it like a big lefty prison. But I don't think he'll win another mayor election. I mean, he's hit a lot of his voters as well. He's turned against them. You know, and a lot of them, well, I say a lot of them, I dare say there's quite a few of them that are suffering as much as every fucker else there, you know. But yeah, go back to fucking calm. Now, knife crime is down. We've seen there was another stabbing last night. There was another in London, or several. There was another one in Bristol last night. I believe they were all fatal. Yet the crime, policing and sentencing bill want to reduce the sentences for knife crime. In most levels, no sentence whatsoever. Don't forget, some of these people that have committed knife crimes are those that they're letting out early as well. You know? I mean, I talked about this in the video yesterday. Why? You want to get tough on knife crime? Why make the penalties for it less? There's no deterrent. It's like the boats coming across the channel. There's no deterrent to stop them. I mean, they slung that muppet back out that came in and got deported and came back again. I mean, if they've given him another $3,000 to fuck off, he'll be back again in another month. You know, it's a good little business. Work one day, crossing the channel, pick up $3,000, go back. When you run out of money, come back over, get another $3,000, get deported. Because don't forget, they don't check them on the boat. They don't check them until they land here, and by then it's too late. Makes a total mockery of the one in, one out shit, doesn't it? But the police are still not, well, the government aren't putting out the crime rates for the immigrants. Well, that in itself is a bit sus, isn't it? You know what I mean? There's something there they don't want us to see and know. You know, and this is what I mean so much for the transparency, shall we say?
Yeah, Jen, that has become the issue.
Yeah.
That yes, those that are carrying instruments for a valid reason are the ones that are getting locked up. Those that are waving machetes around are the ones that get told don't do it again.
Yeah, well, I used to do a lot of roofing, Jen, and I always had a Stanley knife. It wasn't Stanley, it was another make. Yeah, it was a Stanley Titan in a pouch on my rig, on my belt rig. I never got pulled up with that, obviously, that long ago. But, I mean, only back 2 years or so, I had a job on where I had to clear a load of brambles. I had to clear a load of rough ground. And these brambles were there that long that the only thing I could use to hack them back was a machete. So I put a machete in with the rest of my tools in the boot of the car. You know, would you get away with that now? It's not on my person, it's in the car, it's in with the rest of my tools. I mean, I've still got the first penknife my dad ever bought me as a kid. You know, it was more or less a coming of age thing back in my day. You got your penknife first, and then a couple of years after having the penknife, you were bought a sheath knife. Good evening, Adrian.
Good evening, Adrian.
And that's the way it was back then. I mean, I even used to carry one of them little keyring snap-on knives they used to give away. Look, a little mini Swiss Army knife with only got about 3 blades on it. But technically, I could get fucking done with that on my keyring. And that's all it's good for. I mean, the blade's less than an inch. If you try to stab it in anything, you're more likely to have it fold up and take the end of your bloody finger off. But, you know, back then it was acceptable. We never went round stabbing people yet. I would say 99% of the people I know carried a a folding knife in their pocket, a penknife.
You needed one for when you wanted to share an apple.
Yeah, you used it cutting apple, used it cutting baling string, carving your name in bloody trees.
RW.
Came in quite handy on the odd occasion if you were skinning an animal. If you were out in the woods, if you wanted a bit of bite to eat, like. Yeah. Well, I mean, at the moment, it's scandal after scandal with Labour. And everything they're doing at the moment, obviously, is drawing attention away from what I consider is a big issue, is the grooming gangs inquiry. You know, that's getting overshadowed again. But they're going to love that because they don't want it. And we know why. But, you know, as for cover-ups, was that what Lammy was trying to do today? I mean, as soon as they'd finished, he was gone, wasn't he? And he had the cheek to scrounge a metal poppy pin off one of the veteran MPs in there because he was, oh, you, everybody's got a poppy on by you. You know, they've got no integrity whatsoever in Labour. Nothing's ever their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. I've never known a party like it. Oh, he had his tail between his legs, didn't he, Jen, when he scuttled off? I mean, to be honest, when it first started, I was like, oh, it's another boring, scripted fucking pantomime. And then all of a sudden, he goes off on one after being asked the first time. I was like, this is going to be interesting now. But he's like Reeves. He's as thick as two short planks. I mean, everything the public's been shouting about, from the economy right down to the immigrants, the evidence is there to show that the public have been right and are right. But they just ignore it. How we can dismiss so many inquiries. I mean, surely someone's got the red flag waving in front of them with the amount of them that are being brought up. It is, Jen. I mean, I've seen better organised fucking chimp parties at the zoo when I was a kid than what that lot are like in there. You know, why they actually have these sit-ins live on the TV, I don't know. Because it's all scripted. You know, we sent you the questions we're going to ask, and you sent us the answers. Okay, well, you got what you wanted. What the fuck are you doing now? And don't forget, because they turn up, they get their attendance money as well. Oh, more fireworks.
I thought they'd finished.
Yeah. Well, there's certain people now trying to ban them. Someone come up with the idea of you only allow them on the specific day between specific times. I mean, we went through this years ago, didn't we? That picture was freezing on. Is your picture freezing on YouTube now and again?
Yeah, bit jumpy at times.
Yeah.
I thought they discussed that, but then when they were going, right, bonfire night is we'll go from the Friday before bonfire night to the Saturday after. That gives you a chance.
Down.
But then the other religions went, well, we want them for Diwali, and we want them for, and we want them for, and we want them for. And they're that often that all these different holidays that people like fireworks for.
Right. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it's pure gaslighting, Jen. It really is. Yeah. Well, a lot of them don't celebrate it anyway, do they? Right, I'm just going to turn the camera off for a minute, guys. When I figure out how to fucking do it, because
well, Christmas isn't even a major holiday in America. Because they have Thanksgiving as their big holiday. So
there we go. I'll just leave that off for a minute to see if that cures the freezing. I don't know whether you guys are getting at your end.
Oh, you have lost weight, love.
Yeah, I know. Looking a bit rough, haven't I? And my hair's fallen out. Look. Still on the ciggies.
Yeah, oh, look, yeah, you've lost your touch. You've had a shave.
Well, my YouTube, literally had frozen and it's only just restarted again. Fucking hell.
Yes, I told you I'll have a look.
Yeah.
I'll
have that back on. See what I'm sorry if it's jumping about, people. As I say, I have been having issues. The camera wouldn't work the other day. I believe it was the computer. And I unplugged the camera and plugged it back in. So it might have gone back to its high definition settings, which it shouldn't have done. It should be 720 on StreamYard. Because StreamYard can't compute, but I don't seem to be doing it now. It was when I moved fast. Hey, might have cured it.
Yeah, I'll contact the
other technician, shall we say? What it is, I've got 2 hard drives in the computer. One's a lot smaller than the other. What I didn't realise was a lot of the videos I do, a lot of the pictures and shit that I download, or any other documents I download, was all going into the smaller hard drive. So, of course, the computer was thinking it was getting cluttered up because the other one was only a backup. But my little techie expert behind me here the other day spent 10 minutes with me, and I managed to change over the importing, as it were, into the other hard drive and leave the little one alone. But we've got someone that's got a much bigger hard drive for me to go in there. So, dubbing off. Woke trend seems to be. There's a lot fighting back against it, Jen. I just noticed a spelling mistake in the description. Is this a new observation check?
What's he done this time?
Oh, it's yeah. Someone put a silly comment in the other day. Are you illiterate? Well, the fact that I'm slightly dyslexic. I don't always use spell check. And, the head just gets a bit fuzzy after I had the blood clot in her. But, everybody makes mistakes. I think his biggest one was I spelt there with 2 E's and rather than an IE. I mean, the word still sounds the same, and if you read it in context, you'd still take it the same. So I don't know what he was on about, but.
Oh, it annoys me when people can't just put the right there, or which, or any of those.
Oh, the fucking audio's playing up now. The sync's gone. The sound isn't. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, Jen. That is, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it is.
Out of sync.
Yes. Try turning the camera off and going off and coming back on again. What you did before.
What, unplug it?
No, pop over to your skeleton and come back.
Oh, okay.
Like you did before.
To that one. Well, you can have a job lip syncing to that one. Yeah, thanks, Jen. Anything like that, because I have been having a lot of issues. I mean, to be honest, it could even be bloody YouTube, you know. I wouldn't have thought so. That's going to be more of an issue here. There's quite a bit of lag as well.
Yeah, but if you're out of sync for the, there's not a lot you can do.
No.
So I'll go back to the camera and see where you are. I've got the sound on.
I mean, if it gets annoying, let me know, and I'll turn the camera off.
Won't you stop looking at your face? It's easier.
Yeah, but I'm looking at it on StreamYard, and it was only that I saw.
Yeah, well, I can't hear what you're saying.
It says oh no, I've muted the. That's muted.
No, you synced again.
Now I'm synced again.
Yeah,
okay.
Synced again.
Well, that might be a tech issue somewhere then. It's play school. Oh, hang on. What? I've moved that now. I'm halfway up the fucking text.
Right, it's synced again, Jen. It's not going to. Things like that annoy me when I'm trying to watch something because I do lip read. But I find it's the easiest way I spot AI because they cannot get the lips right.
Mine are never right.
Those are fine.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen this pop up on Facebook and other platforms about this village where the council have told them if they want their Christmas lights up, they've got to take their flags down. Now, apparently, it's a reform council. But the report I seen, it was one of these bloody things where you got to click on the link and go through this and accept cookies. And as it is, we found out it's the amount of cookies that I've been accepting is what slowed the other hard drive up, apparently. But, yeah, it's fireworks. It's bonfire night, ain't it, Moo? The only person we want to attend, they arrested and executed years ago, didn't they? Yeah, there is that, Jen, but that can get people in a lot of strife, as you know. I mean, you know, they're killing everybody off now. I mean, look at the new driving thing, the survey they come out with that was released today. Now, they've been persecuting old drivers for a few years. They've been putting all these warning out lately that they want to try and drive the olds off the road. You've got to take extra tests after a certain age. They can do on the spot. Well, they can always do on the spot eye checks anyway. But you'll have to go to an optician and get a certificate from them to keep your fucking license. Because they said the old people were the dangers on the roads. Well, the survey today proved them wrong. It actually said that those sort of 24 to 30 odd are, now it's how they put it, not, didn't say they were the most dangerous, didn't say they were causing the most accidents. What they actually said was they are the ones that are more likely to get hurt in an accident. They wouldn't actually come out and say it.
Can I? It is a reform council.
Yeah.
It's the English village of Harrietsham in Kent.
Yeah.
The issue is that the village has St George and Union Jacks on its lamppost, put up over the summer, part of the Operation Raise the Colours campaign. Kent County Council stated that the flags pose a safety risk during the installation of Christmas lights and mandated their removal as a condition for the lights permit.
Thank you.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, they're using a fair argument.
But the parish council have said they are not using public funds to take them down.
No. And to be honest, I would rather see the flags up than the lights in that situation, because the local tax will go up to pay for the electricity to run the lights now, wouldn't it? And don't forget, all lighting is harmful to the atmosphere. If you believe that, you'll believe anything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's how they worded it that I found particularly interesting. They wouldn't come out and say that it's the youngsters that are causing the issue. Well, let me just get that in there. Me and Mrs. W chatted about this earlier today. Now, yes, the driving test is a lot harder to pass nowadays, but it's still operated in the same way. Basically, you can take your test in a piss-ass little micro car. You know, most of the instructors do the testing now, I believe, and they always use small cars because they're cheaper to run and insure for the lessons. And they get given a piece of paper there and then that says they can go out and drive a 500 brake horsepower BMW or Mercedes, you know, or a big car. Now, motorcycles, you have to work your way up. It's all compulsory training. And basically, you have to take several tests before you can get a license for a superbike or a bigger bike, is the way I understand it. They took mine off my license years ago, so I don't quite know how the motorcycle works now, but I know there's basic off-road before they even take you on the road during the training.
CBT.
Yeah, the CBT. Now, America used to run off-road training in schools for school kids learning to drive because their age limits are lower than ours. Why can't they do that here? Start them off the road, you know, have a progressive system. I mean, they're on about changing the law to very similar to the Australians, where if you're a probationer or a new license, you're not allowed to carry a certain number of people in the car. They control the ages of the people that are in the car. They also don't allow you out at night. And that's the sort of thing they're trying to bring in here. You know, don't forget they said the smart motorways were safe. Yeah, I remember you saying about that, Jen, because that's been the problem with your hip and that, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, there are dangerous ones out there. And I have known opticians, when you've gone in, people have gone in for an eye test, and I believe they're legally bound to do it now. They will inform the DVLA if they think someone shouldn't be on the road because of their eyesight. Don't take that as written that they have to do it now, but I know they have done it in the past, and they were trying, the last I heard, to get them to do it again.
I think you are correct.
Yes, you can ride certain types of trike, JW. It depends on the curb weight, the size of the engine, whether it's got a handbrake, whether it's got reverse. And it is a real job to pin down exactly what one you can drive with a car license. I mean, a lot of trike builders used to put reverse on them so they could use them on a car license. That's where they started using the disabled trikes and stuff like that. And Reliance. Quite often the Reliant engine was a good choice for a trike back in the day. We did look into it because when me and Heather got together, there was an old trike in the garden, old Honda. But I looked round it, and to be honest, the construction of it didn't fill me with any confidence at all. So I elected not to try and restore it.
I tried to ride the damn thing.
I know, it looked fucking lethal. God knows what it must have been like to drive it. Made out of angle iron and box iron.
Not the best, shall we say.
And about half as height again as the trike should be, so it was top heavy anyway. Yeah, go for it, Jen. Go for it. I mean, now on mopeds, Jen, I don't know whether your license would allow it. Mine does. I can actually ride a moped without L plates on my car license. It's that old. It's only if I step up to a 125 and also, what do they call it? There's no time limit on it for me. I think it's still on there. It should be. Because the only one I had removed or got removed was my HGV2, and the motorcycle one they removed. Yes, I can still ride a moped up until 2031 without taking a test.
There you go. We'll get you a moped.
And according to that, I'll have to check this out because it's also saying I can ride a 125.
Yeah.
So maybe they took my full one off me and left the 125 on there.
Full license is provisional for a bike.
But I can tow trailer, caravan still without taking the extra tests. I can drive the small lorries even with a trailer. 7.5 ton. I can drive a minibus and a coach with a trailer, and also agricultural vehicles. That's all without taking any extra tests. Whereas with your CBT and that, you get 2 years, I think it is, to pass your test, or you lose it.
Same with your provisional car license.
Yeah.
But the reason they brought in the restrictions on the motorbike license is because the same was happening with kids on bikes. They were getting a bike, they were passing the test, they were getting a 900 and killing themselves.
It's like these kids on these Sarons, these electric dirt bikes and that nowadays. You know, it's technically, yes, you can ride as an electric bike as long as it's apparently only pedal assist now. You're not allowed any manual control over the power. And obviously they're restricted on speed. The original electric moped, as they call it, like a little step through thing, I mean, that was restricted to 15 miles an hour. So you're better off on a fucking push bike anyway. But, you know, I've had to go on one of these electric bikes, and I'll tell you what, yeah, they do go a bit. But, you know, the police are trying to stop them, the gangs and that on them, and the phone thieves. But when you get into the outlying areas where they're all like, where are these kids, you know, young kids, getting $2.5, $3 to buy one of these? They can't all be stolen. They must be buying them somewhere. I know a lot of them are stolen. They steal them from the cities, but Has that picture stopped glitching, babe?
I can't say as I've noticed it.
It looks like it. Oh, but yeah, I'll be honest, Jen. You know, Sparky that was round here that week, a friend of ours. Now, he's had bikes for years. A few years ago, he had a Kawasaki, one of these 650, looked like a crossover between a dirt bike and an enduro bike and stuff. And he gave it up. He said basically there's no advantage to it nowadays. He said if you want to build up a bit of speed, you're going to get nicked for speeding. He said, and most of the towns and cities are that clogged up that you can't get through the traffic like you used to be able to on a bike. So he said he hung his helmet up. He said it's just not worth it. He said I don't feel safe on the roads out there anymore.
Plus, you get wet when it rains.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to love my biker days, but God, when it was wet and cold, you just.
Well, the statistics say that most, I won't say most, I'll say a good many motorcycle accidents are caused by car drivers. That is fact. But in one of those accidents, it's always the motorcyclist or moped rider that's going to come off the worst because you're unprotected. Don't take any notice of these plastic bumpers on cars and shit like that and impact zones. You get hit by a car on a motorbike and it fucking hurts. I mean, Heather's a testament to that. I mean, she's basically had her legs and her hip pinned together and has still got the steel work in there through a motorcycle accident.
A car broke me.
And that was the car's fault. Yeah, those potholes, especially with mopeds with these little wheels on, they're lethal. They are absolutely lethal. You touch one and they'll throw you all over the road. I don't think I would move, to be honest.
I can see your point, Jen, needing transport, but if scooter's your only option, then it's what you've got to go for.
It went from a 125 to a 1300 booster. Mate, I had my first motorbike when, what was I think it was for my 12th birthday. And that was a 150 BSA Bantam Major. It'd been turned into like a motocross or trials type thing. Before that, it was only step-through mopeds and shit. Now, I went through my moped stage, but I've literally ridden 160, 170 mile an hour drag bikes. I've had a Z1300. I had a couple of Harleys. And I prefer laid back style, but I have ridden some quick bikes. I think the quickest one I ever had was the Slingshot, the GSX 1100. And to be honest, I sold that. It fucking terrified me, the speeds that thing was capable of. But I mean, in my health now, I wouldn't even be able to hold a bike up, let alone ride it. I wouldn't have thought. I've hung up my helmet on the mountain bikes. I've got rid of most of those. There's only bits and pieces out there. No. But I'll tell you what, you need some bloody good physical strength, upper strength to ride one.
It wouldn't last 5 minutes outside.
No. I'd only use it when it was dry. Yeah, but the thing is, Jen, it's the other road users now. And the thing is, you don't hear the cars coming up behind you because they're all electric. No, I resigned myself a few years ago that my biking days were over.
Well, especially as there's no point because I'll be following in the car.
Yeah.
I've come accustomed to comfort.
Oh, we're down to 9 people. Sorry, people, am I boring you? I said I didn't have much on the news today.
Hey, now they've gone, let's have some fun.
I think that's all I've got here. I mean, I went through the video yesterday about how they're turning it into a digital prison now with the ID. But, you know, her idea of these taxes, it's going to drive more people with money out of the country. I mean, they're looking at this exit tax of 20% of whatever you've got. You know, so anybody with a little bit of money that wants to get out could just about live abroad on what they've got. They're going to lose 20% for wanting to do it.
That's why they're all moving their money abroad. They're not taking it out, it's gone.
I mean, I can guarantee this month, I mean, the stock market went down billions when she announced that, when that came out. I've never heard of such a ridiculous tax in my life. Make sure you've got enough money if you're coming in, but taking money off you when you leave, no, sorry, that shouldn't happen.
She's missed all the big money anyway. It's all gone.
Well, the thing is, everybody now, the OBR are saying that the economy's dying. You know, basically it's on its last legs, and she's doing nothing to stop it. And I've always said, first of all, you stop the money you're giving away to other countries. Put that back into your own country. And that's been the biggest problem with this mob all along. It will move. I mean, it won't be in my lifetime, but Britain, if it carries on the way it's going, it will absolutely end up a fucking wasteland. It really will. You know, look at India. Look at the state of the rivers. Look at the state of the towns, the streets. It's exactly what we'll get here. Give it time. If it carries on the way it's going, that's how it'll end up. But I'm still convinced Starmer's going to try and do something to stop any general election, even when their term's up, because that's the only way he can stay in power. Yeah, well, that's all right, Mo. You know, I'll give you 2 camels and a horse for the woman, you know.
They don't build camels big enough to get men the fishing gear on.
If this place becomes a wasteland and a global warming, it wouldn't take long, Jen. Evening over 1 lump or 2. Yeah, see, that's a misconception that camels fill their humps with water. Yes, they can drink an awful lot of water in one sitting, but the actual humps aren't water. It's mainly fat, and it's an energy storage. When they're eating and drinking properly, they build up the fat, and it's stored in there. It's not actually water. Yeah, he's always said right from the beginning, Jen, that he's got these 10-year plans. And a year into it, I'm like, well, you'd be lucky if you see a year's plans now. But the way he's running things, he's just, everything that's come up against them, they've just turned it down, ignored it, and ploughed on. And the big problem is nobody's doing anything about it. You know, where's the votes of no confidence? It's a very strange way to run a government. I mean, we know Labour has bankrupted the country every time they've been in power. unemployment has jumped up. And that's another thing they're still denying. Oh, unemployment is coming down. Well, no, it isn't. And then the other day you had Amazon saying they're laying 14,000 off. They've cut the oil refinery up north. They're all being laid off. No, it goes beyond Blair, Jen. It goes beyond Blair. And it was blatantly obvious when Starmer turned around, he said he prefers Davos to Westminster. That was the big tell. You know, don't forget he was educated for a little while in a communist school. Yeah, a lot of people have been saying the Fabian Society, Jen, but I personally think it's bigger than that. A lot bigger. They would not be putting themselves in this much debt just so they can keep running a country if someone hasn't said, don't worry, when it's all over, we'll look after you. Yeah, a lot of places are on minimum staff loafer. Good evening, Graham. There's a lot of companies doing it. You know, and this is with the problem with Amazon. They're replacing them all with AI. Reptilians. Yeah, the aliens are already here if you listen to some people.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
Yeah, Cummins has been putting his oar in everywhere, Moo. Dominic Cummins, that's the one you're on about. He has been in advisory positions, but basically now it's because he's out. He will start saying things. I mean, he exposed a hell of a lot over the COVID. As for Truss, well, she's coming out with a few things now, but because what she did to the country, you know, people are taking a lot of notice of her. Apparently her book bombed as well. There you go, Starmer. There's an idea for you. Start writing your memoirs now while they're still in your head, because they ain't going to last much longer. But, you know, you look at him, Reeves, Lammy, and one or two others. They are just not going to be able to live in this country. People won't want to know them. People won't want to employ them. They'll just be alienated. You know, have they all been promised little villas somewhere? Because you won't be able to live there once they pull you down. Yes, they are, Graham. They're going over to AI. They reckon it's about 14,000 jobs to go, but it could be in the hundreds of thousands worldwide. Whether that 14,000 just equates to this country, well, I wouldn't be at all surprised. But it will replace the order pickers. That'll all be done by AI and robot, probably packing as well. Yeah, him and Reeves, Jen, you know, that they don't even speak like a human being. Especially that fucking Reeves. I mean, she doesn't even take time to take a breath. Yeah, it's...
That's because she knows the moment she stops talking, someone else will say something.
Someone will ram something else down her throat. But this is why I say, you know, people say, oh, they're robots. Yeah, they are, because somebody's controlling them. Nobody could make the idiotic decisions that they've made. Release the sausages. But they've even put the Chagos deal on hold now, haven't they, since that's been exposed. There's a lot of other things that they should be doing the same with as well. Bucket, I've looked. Now, I've been sat here smoking since I started streaming, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't moved, you've lost your lighter.
No, I've lost the whole fucking backy tin.
Have you put it at the back
So
behind
yeah,
the keyboard?
yeah.
See, you hadn't lost it. I knew where you'd put it. Because you do, you tuck it up there out of the way on a regular basis.
Well, this is it, Graham. I mean, this is what I've said before. I mean, I saw the start of the robot revolution when I was working at Leyland's, and they started bringing in the robots for various tests there and seeing what they can do. And within 2 months, the guys that fitted the windscreens, they were gone because the robots were doing it for them. Paints, spray jobs, that was all taken over by robots. This was all at Cowley, not the MGs, by the way. Everything done there was still in ancient times. We even pushed the cars up the tracks by hand. Very few windy tools. A lot of people had the old bit and brace things for doing screws up and the Yankee screwdriver. But yeah, that was the sort of start of the revolution on the robots.
I could see it taking over, which is why I went into programming. Because
Exactly.
I wanted to be able to program these things that were taking over the jobs.
Yeah, just tactically misplaced, Graham. Made me think, keep the old hamster wheel turning. But yeah, as Heather said, you know, look how many jobs were taken over by just simple computers and printers. Remember all them banks and banks of secretaries?
Team of payroll clerks?
Gone. Yeah. It's not just a modern thing. It's been creeping in for years. You know, think about cars, aircraft, boats. They all needed people to steer them, control them, and it's all done by computer now. Your cars, basically, new cars run by a computer. Yeah, and to me, the biggest thing was these. As soon as the mobile phones come out, that was it. The world changed. And with the internet, you know, we know the good side of social media. Unfortunately, there's also a very big bad side to it. And the government can't decide what laws to put in place to define the gaps between the two. Yeah, even the call centres, Graham, exactly. I mean, that's how I ended up making an appointment today to talk to my doctor, is because I only needed a bit of information, but everything was, oh, log into this, log into that. If you don't know how to do it, press 2, we'll send you a text. I said, all I want to do is fucking talk to somebody. So I ended up ringing the appointments line because I know that's the only one that's manned. But yeah, I mean, the tech, yeah, can do amazing things. But I think ultimately it will be mankind's downfall. I really will. And if you want to look at a perfect scenario to that, the animated film Wall-E or Wall-E.
Wall-E.
You know, fat humans living in space, not doing any exercise, robots trying to clean up a poison earth. Nobody has to work. That sort of society doesn't work. Terminator, yeah. But the thing is, you know, people use Terminator as an analogy. I nearly got that one wrong as well. See, dyslexia. But when you look at today's reality, but that's what it's been doing, Graham. Now they've got these AI computers where they set them up, talk to each other, they give them instructions and what have you, program them, whatever they do. And there was one experiment where they told the computer that it was going to shut it down. And the computer actually lied to them. It tried to find various ways of shutting down, even talking to another computer to see if they could communicate if he got shut down. And they have been taught to lie. They've learnt to lie. You know, they're getting beyond. They can only do what they can do with human input, as Graham put it, being set up, programmed by a human. You know, they have actually taught themselves to learn. Yeah, that's a big difference from the Terminator scenario where they actually become totally self-aware. But there again, think about it. All production controlled by AI. All deliveries controlled by AI. Everything's built by AI, a computer. No stopping one learning to control those, right? We want X amount of new computers and the AI robots will go off and build them. So in that case, yes, the Terminator scenario would be there. Yes, Graham, that is the problem. Yeah, JW. I mean, look at the mayhem it causes in America, these driverless taxis and the driverless delivery bots. You know, I mean, in fairness, I think mobile phone providers are going to start using a lot more AI. Apparently today, that all the major mobile providers in this country are getting together, and it's about time they fucking did this.
Yeah.
To try and shut down all these nuisance calls and scam calls that come in from outside the country. Well, that would be fucking wonderful because we know most of them come from outside the country. Yeah, exactly, Graham. Exactly. That's what we said about the first computer-controlled cars. Well, computer assisted. It wasn't really a computer in the car. It was just a dissected robot voice telling you that you'd left your fucking lights on originally, or you using too much power, or you haven't put your seatbelt on.
Oh, that hire car we had.
What, the one when you had the accident with the drop top?
Yeah, they kept telling you were driving uneconomically and
it was
slow down and speed it up.
One of the new Fdriends. We had it through the insurance company on hire when had a Ford wrote off a drop top. And it was telling me I can't do this. It was telling me I can't. I said, I fucking can. Look at this. There's an override switch here. I can turn you off, you bastard. But you're driving along and all of a sudden, you got to do this. You got to do that. Like, fuck off. I don't need that.
And it's all across the dashboard. You need to change gear, do this. And fuck off.
You stop. Fucking thing turns itself off. And I'm like, no, this isn't a car.
I had to use it to get to work for a while, but it was horrible.
And you know what, Jen? And that was exactly the car I was talking about because I was working at Leyland's when they came out, the Maestro and the Montego. And it was the big thing, the first talking car. They were bloody awful.
I thought we had one of them, but I don't remember it talking. Can't have had one.
Oh, it was only on the higher level ones. Yeah. I never worked on them. I was always on the Rover, the SDI.
Dad was just in heat treatment, making sure all the metal was hard enough.
And I'll tell you what, Jen, it is a useless bit of information for you concerning the Maestro. A bloke called Andy Green, many, many years ago when they first came out, they also did the turbo, the MG turbo version of it. They put the MG badge on it. Now, he fettled with one of them, and he actually went up the proving ground on Tell Her the Best, the only front-wheel drive car at the time to reach the 200-mile-an-hour club. And that was in a Maestro. You can check that out, actually. It was set up by Redline magazine. There's probably videos online of it somewhere. The Vanden Pla, yeah. The Vanden Pla was basically an Allegro with what looked like a Rolls Royce grille cover on it. It had nice leather interior, and that was hand stitched as well. Well, machine, but done in house, because they did it at the MG car factory. Would you believe? The old Allegro Vanden Pla, but they did it because the leather was getting stolen too much at Cowley. And the MGs was deemed a safe place to fit the seats, but they still did it in a big locked pen. Nobody was allowed in there unless they were working on them. There you go, another bit of useless information. But you'll be amazed what went on at Leyland back in the day. I mean, there was, Graham might remember it, there was a recall on the Marina, funny enough. It was an issue with the brakes. It was a free recall. You took it to the dealer or the car factory at Cowley, and you got your brakes done. Get your car back, happy days. Well, one of the lads up there, he had the Marina Coupe, a little 1300 Coupe, two-door. In its day, it was a good shaped car, quite aerodynamic. And that went in a 1300 standard. By the time it came out after having the brakes done, it was actually an 1800 upgraded brakes, upgraded axle, upgraded engine. Because him and his mates fitted it all in the factory with free parts while it was there. Yeah, I worked there. I was there when it shut down, Graham. My dad had been there for years. I think he went straight in there when he come out of the army. My Uncle Bob did his full apprenticeship in the competition factory that was there. That was on the MG site. And we literally lived 2 doors away from the back gate of the factory. And the place next to it was the leather tannery, who actually sold the land to MG originally to build the factory, funny enough. I worked there for several years as well.
I tried to get a lock job at Longbridge, but they wouldn't have me. I was too good.
But when they shut the MGs down, it killed the town. It killed Abingdon. I mean, between that and the brewery, you know, they were probably the 2 biggest employers in the town. But yeah, back in the day when that shut, that's when I ended up at Cowley. They gave us a redundancy on one day. You went in and picked my check up. And a week later, I walked into the job at Cowley because we were fast-tracked, shall we say, for applications. If you were ex-MG, you didn't have to do any of the tests. You knew what a production was all about, so they took you straight on. All right, and Jen, I probably won't keep going much longer myself, to be honest. But yeah, so I'll see you next week. I don't know what the videos are going to be like next week. It depends on how I feel and what's happening.
Good night, Jen. I'm sorry I called you a mad Welsh woman, but you are. Take care, my love.
Yes, you're spot on, Graham. It was exactly the same engine that was in the MG. Even the B series engine wasn't fitted in the MG. That was fitted in later. Oh, pardon me. Same as the 1100s, the Austin 1100s, 1300. Well, that was the old A series 1275 out of the minis. It was fitted in a lot of Leyland cars.
Can I go to bed as well?
If you want.
We're talking cars again.
Yeah, I know.
I know you and Graham will talk cars all night.
Yeah. But, you know, again, I'm talking from experience on that. So, been there, done that, got the redundancies. I've normally got something else flashing up here with anything that's happening in the world. And, oh, hello, what have I done here now? What the fuck is that? Okay. Come on then, missus. Hurry up.
On the left-hand screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Click on your picture.
What?
Your picture on the YouTube. Click on it on the left.
That's not StreamYard.
Click on it. Is that how you wanted it back?
Yeah, but now StreamYard's... No, I haven't got YouTube now.
It'll be behind it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Sorry.
So this is what happens when I plays with tech. I haven't got a fucking clue. Let's have a look in there. See if there's...
What have you lost?
No, I was trying to see if there's any breaking news coming out. Anything else has happened.
No more prisoners have been released.
Some twat here trying to jump over a canal. He's going to end up in it.
Yeah, no more prisoners have been released.
Kill or be killed.
I'm trying to get you off the subject, Graham. That's because what happens is, and no disrespect to you guys that want to talk cars and things, but we'll get a steady amount of viewers, and then the topic will go off on one, and it'll be cars or I remember when or
yeah. Well, the old I remember when. That's
I remember.
All right.
Yeah, I remember when can be really positive. Yes. But it'll go off on a tangent, and if it's the wrong tangent for the people that are watching, that's it. They're gone.
Well, yeah, like they have now.
3 people in the.
We've lost 3 since you've been waffling.
I was waffling so that you could play with your fucking screens.
Oh,
forgive me for stepping up to the mark. Oh, shut up. I am not making you any more chocolate chip shortcake.
Fair enough. I'll shut up. See, I've shut up now. Nothing's happening. No.
These cigarettes keep going out.
It's because they're too tightly rolled. I tried one earlier. So she got her duty frees bought back for her.
You're smoking my duty frees?
No, I just thought I'd try one. Even before I lit it, I could tell it was rolled too tight.
It's not rolled too tight. It's got
right.
a chemical in it to stop it burning.
It has.
Mm.
I'm never that good at technical drawing. I used to be quite good at TD.
And me.
It did come in handy because I used to design garden layouts and stuff like that for the family landscaping company.
I had to learn how to do CAD and CAM, so yeah.
Oh, computer assisted. No.
No, I did. No, we had to do manual technical drawing as well. but you had to understand how, because you had to understand how it worked if you were going to translate it into designing on a computer.
Well, it was only a couple of years ago that I actually got another geometry set, literally for lining stuff up on the leather when I was doing leather work. I've always had squares and protractors and stuff out in the garage, obviously. Prison flags for Mrs. W.
No, they're not prison flags. They're Spanish.
Oh yeah, the police are trying to stop the protests in London again. But the woman giving the speech knew more about the law than they did, so she fucked them off. But this is what I've said. They've brought all these different laws in now to try and curb what we do. And we've got to start using their own laws against them. I mean, Tommy Robinson, he's acquitted from his terrorism trial, as they called it, which was just that he wouldn't unlock his phone. The judge berated the police for harassing him for his beliefs, and I see today he's actually going to sue the police. Well, good on him on that score. I mean, it's blatantly obvious what they've been doing. The evidence shows what they've been doing. And this judge saw his side of it. He said, yeah, absolutely. BBC were hauled over the coals for not putting that story out. They just said he'd been found not guilty, which he totally destroyed them for outside the court. But they've destroyed themselves now, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, he was well stitched up, Graham. Well stitched up, mate.
What about Trump and the BBC?
Well, this is what I was just going to say. Now the BBC have been caught doctoring that video of the speech on the storming of the Hill in the Capitol over there, as they call it, Capitol Hill, whatever it is. They doctored the video to make it look like Trump had encouraged it, openly said, get up there. And yeah, they've been found out. And Trump is not very happy about it. And the way the American courts work, because I believe America has got BBC and quite a lot of it over there because it's worldwide. I hope he takes them to the fucking cleaners, because the way their compensation and laws work over there, he could ask for an absolute huge amount, which would crucify him if he won the case. Yeah, someone said today that he is doing it, Graham. And the thing is, if he's got financial backing from Elon, he can afford to go for it. Even if they think there's an outside chance or whatever, then yeah, Elon will back it, because we know he hates the British government. Probably more so than Trump. But again, this is Starmer's lying. It's caught him out. He's lied to Trump on many occasions, and Trump knows he's lied. But he continues lying to him, like he's taken him for a fool. And believe me, Trump's no fool. He sees through Starmer. But what can he do about it at the moment? He knows if he puts heavy sanctions to try and force him to do anything, that's going to hurt the people of this country. Because he does know that it's not us. He does know that it is just this Labour government. So he can do about as much about it as we can. Yeah, I think he will fund him to a certain extent anyway, Graham. He funded his trials, so But it just shows, when these court cases come up, you're only ever going to win them if you've got the money. Because you sure as hell wouldn't get legal aid. Well, there ain't no legal aid now. That's all being spent on the channel paddlers, isn't it? And the hotels and shit. But what's the time? Just going up past. Yeah. I'll keep going for a little while. But again, where's all this funding coming from for these court cases? I mean, it seems strange that with the courts, these so-called terrorists, branded terrorists that sit there just with a bit of cardboard, I don't see them as terrorists, although they are prescribed. But them old ones that they've been arresting, they're no threat to anybody. No threat to anybody whatsoever. Yet they'll end up in court the following day. Hate crime. You end up in court the following day. But then there's other people that are waiting 2 years for rape cases to come up, I mean, the Met have said they're no longer investigating non-crime hate speech, as it was. But they're just going to try and find another definition. Like they're trying to find another definition for Islamophobia. It's all in how they word things. That's the issue with them. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, cutting a bit of plastic.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh,
look. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll sit and watch.
Oh, look, there's a fucking squirrel there. Oh my God. Yeah, the head's like that at the moment. It's. But yeah, I mean, Tommy's probably the highest profile case we're going to see over all this free speech and that. I mean, the Free Speech Union has helped quite a few people, to be honest. And I think they were backing Tommy at one point until Mushley put his wallet into the mix, as it were, which we know is a very fat one. Yeah. Oh, you got this plane crash now. I mean, that's all over the news, isn't it? Over there, this UPS one that went in. Because it seems as if its engine fell off. Even reporting that, it hit a petrol recycling company as it went in. That's why there was a big fire. Well, how the hell do you recycle petrol? Because once you've used it, it's gone, isn't it? It's up in smoke. But they did say on another report I'd found from America that there was a chemical recycling plant was one of the buildings it hit. They put a 5-mile stay indoors order around the place because of the black smoke that could have been connected to that. But yeah, it looks like an engine fell off or exploded. I mean, the video showed it was clearly on fire as it was going down the runway. Once you reach V1, you're fucked. You got to go. You got to try and lift off because you just ain't got room to stop. And it looks like that's what happened. And with the engine missing on one side, obviously that side dipped because there's no weight there and the power is on the other side and getting lift. Half the wing had been destroyed, so it just turned on its side and went in. But it was a fucking big bang. Yeah, I don't know how close it is to water courses or anything there, Loafer, but yeah, chemicals and even the fuel, that would absolutely destroy any waterways. I've seen it happen in this country with oil and diesel that's got into a water course, and they actually dammed the water course off so they could pump everything out. But the French are already gay. Oh, yeah, all right. Yeah, sorry, missed that. Yeah. But yeah, there just seems to be a lot happening all at once at the moment. And I do believe they're trying to overwhelm us with stuff. You know, as soon as you start talking about one evening, Steve, once you start talking about one bit of corruption that they've pulled, straight away there's something else comes up to cover that up. You know, Alex Jones is back on YouTube. Oh, is that Yank loafer that was putting out all sorts of fucking stories? Didn't he get a huge lawsuit against him? Is that the one I'm thinking of? I think it was Alex Jones. Totally. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Accusing everybody of everything, threatening people, total misinformation. I mean, somebody needs to report the fucking mainstream media to Ofcom for misinformation. I've tried it on some of the platforms when they've been putting out total misinformation, and they won't entertain doing anything about it, obviously. They've got their instructions. They're allowed to put their misinformation and narratives and agendas out, but we can't. You know, like everything they put in their manifesto was false information. You put in a complaint about it, and nothing happens. The best one is to put the complaints into your MPs. But believe me, from experience, that only gets you blocked from sending them emails. Yeah, there's some of the words. Occasionally, I'll look at what they're talking about, Loafer, but I don't go out of my way to watch them. You know, you've only got about, I should say, a quarter of the information that comes out now is genuine, maybe a bit more. The rest of it is just misinformation. Yeah, exactly, Graham. That's what I'm saying. You report them to any of the platforms for misinformation or stuff like that, it gets ignored. Just comes back with no further action. Sorry, you know. And they're making it harder and harder now for you to put in an appeal if they accuse anybody else of anything, especially with Facebook. Not that it's never been any good in there anyway. No matter what you report, they don't do fuck all, and it's a lottery whether your objection even gets heard. They just pick them at random, apparently. The only one that seems to be jumping on everybody is fucking YouTube. I mean, my subs are still climbing. I mean, I'm 3,570 odd now. Viewings down in the 30s on the videos. You know, there's something not quite kosher in there. I know they've shadow banned me for since I've been on here, basically. It's yeah, Graham, it's ridiculous, mate. I mean, you're getting it now as well. I mean, everything that apps and that I use, they're all free ones, like the editing suite, even StreamYard. I use the free version. But even now, you keep getting pushed and pushed and pushed. Oh, sign up for this one, monthly payments. You know, it's a lot better. The free ones I used work absolutely fine for me. You know, they're not too technical most of the time. But anyway, guys, I'm going to call that it for tonight. I know it's quarter of an hour early, but I'm... Stop, what the fuck? Oh, it's a base jumper. Oh, all I could see was this guy falling through thin air. Yeah, getting hungry. But as I say, videos now will be as and when I'm up to it, whether I can put one together. I will try and get at least a couple out a week. But other than that, it's just going to be the live streams on a Wednesday night. So see if we can get any more people in on here. You know, there's a lot of people out there that have subbed, but it's whether they press the alert for other videos or...
And whether they're busy on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like me, isn't it? You know, I only sub to channels that I will actually go and watch their videos. I don't say I'll watch them all, but I sub channels that I'm interested in listening to what they got to say. And the others, it's just if they pop up in the feed, as it were. So, good evening, John. Good night, John.
What time do you call this?
That's another new name to the lab. Welcome. But yeah, until next video or next Wednesday, it will be the usual good night from me.
And once again, good night from me.
And as always, no matter what you're doing, where you're going, especially if you're playing with fireworks tonight or this weekend, as always, stay safe, stay strong, and stay free. They haven't finished with us, and there's a lot more bullshit and hardship to come, guys. Keep your eyes open for it. Respects, everybody. And